Good evening. This is a regular meeting agenda of the governing body of the Borough of Bloomingdale, Tuesday, March 15th, 2022 at 7 p.m. Call the meeting to order, starting with the salute to flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor D'Amato?
Here.
Councilman Catalano? Present. Councilman Graziano?
Here.
Councilwoman Hudson? Here. Councilman Doolin is excused this evening. No. Councilwoman Schubert?
Here.
Councilman Yasi?
Here.
Okay, we also have our municipal clerk, Brianna Smith, business administrator, Michael Sondermeyer, and borough attorney, Dawn Sullivan. This is a meeting called pursuant to provisions of the Open and Public Meetings Law. Adequate notice of this meeting was advertised in the Herald News on January 12, 2022. Copies were provided to the local news media and posted continuously in the municipal building. A copy of this notice is available to the public and is on file in the office of the municipal clerk. Per state fire code, I am required to acknowledge there are two emergency exits in this council chambers: the main entrance which you enter through and a secondary exit to the left of where I am seated. If there is an emergency, walk orderly to the exits and exit through the door down the stairs and out the building. If there's any questions, please raise your hand. Okay, seeing none, we do have two non-agenda items tonight, so we'll add them at the end. And can I have a motion? What they are? Okay. One is to waive the townwide garage sale fees, the permit fees, and another one is a resolution for a volunteer for the Board of Health, which is Shelby Meyer. So we'll be appointing her with a resolution to the Board of Health tonight. And we thank her for volunteering. Can I have a motion to open up early public comment to agenda items?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, anyone wanting to speak, please come on up.
Linda Huntley, 86 Van Dam. The full-time animal control officer, we have one, I know Lisa. We had two before,
Mike, you want to?
We have 3 ACOs,
full-time.
full-time ACOs, and we had a shelter manager, full-time last year. She left and moved to Texas halfway through the year, and we gave her a stipend for whatever that last half of her salary was going to be, so we paid her by 3/4 of a year. In January, it just wasn't going to work out, which wasn't working out for us, so we decided to go another route, get another ACO. They manage the shelter, the ACOs, plus we also have an extra body on the road for the 7 towns that we got to share service with.
And she started out part-time, right?
She started as part-time, yep, and she's a local person in town.
Yeah.
Okay, the other question I have is, I know on the bills list, there's quite a number of people who are being reimbursed for their Medicare. Now, normally Medicare is, if you're not earning over $90-something thousand, it's $170.10 a month. Everyone's being paid more than that. How come?
They're getting reimbursed for what Medicare does not pick up. That's part of their contract. Most of them are police and their spouses that are retired.
But it's not. But the Medicare is supposed to be just the Medicare expense, isn't it? That you're paying, that you're reimbursing them for?
That's what it is. That part is the reimbursement of their Medicare.
That's $170.10. You had some people getting $561.30, which is $180.
Some are all over at different rates. Yep, different people. Yep. I imagine it's based. I don't know the particular. You don't know if it's based on salary or what they made or what their pension is, but all of those people had contracts where we pay their medical for life.
Even if they're making over the amount, the stipend amount that.
I can double check on that for you. I'll get back to you, but I will. Yep.
Thanks.
Okay. Anyone else wishing to come up? Seeing no one, motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, report of committees.
One reminder, economic development this Saturday, 10 a.m., Mary Ellis Studios, ribbon cutting ceremony. They're located at 69 Hamburg Turnpike, so right down the street here. So hope to see you guys all there.
Public events, Saturday, April 9th is the trout fishing contest, that's 10 a.m. April 16th, the Easter egg hunt, 4th grade and under, 12 p.m. at Walter T. April 16th is paper shredding at the Senior Center, 9 a.m. I think that gets us through about a month. A few people Actually, I got a phone call today after we posted that the garage sale this year is on Saturday, May 14th, with a rain date of the 15th. A few people were asking why we were moving from April to May, and it's simply because Easter falls in the middle of April, and then it was too much of a squished schedule between, we had the trout fishing Easter egg, Little League opening day is that month. It was too much to put in, and May is a lighter month. So I think going forward, if this works out well, we will keep the garage sale in May every single year. Also, Board of Health, Passaic County is continuing their vaccination and testing. You just have to go to PasaicCountyNJ.org, and all of the dates are on there. They have switched some of their dates and times, so look on there for updated schedule. And we have now a new member for the Board of Health, which is wonderful. She's got a great work history, and I think her experience is going to bring a lot to the Board of Health, so I'm excited about that.
Okay. Anyone else? Mike?
Just a couple of things. The Alliance event on April 7th, the dodgeball event, Walty-Bergen at 6:30. If you're going to attend, please make sure you're there. The senior board is in need of 3 people, representatives. So if anybody knows of anybody wants to volunteer for the senior board, let me know. And then just a couple of things this week. We started today, the weather was well. We had the guy going out doing a street sweeper on Bloomingdale Street. So he did the flats, all the flats, and Leary and all of that, Henyon and all that in Ryerson as well today. And JetVac started today with 2 shared service with Kinnelon. They did 50 catch basins, all of Reeves and all the Knolls. So just a little update.
We're ahead of it. Okay.
Mike, why don't you send me the information for the senior board, and I'll post that as we've done in the past. I already have something made for that, so I could just add to it, and I'll post it tomorrow for you.
And I also have,
Okay.
I was at the senior committee meeting as their liaison, and they have, they're excited they have a lot of things scheduled. Their chair aerobics and bingos, all their things, and I had Brianna update the website with just their flyers that they already had made up, and she did mention about wanting someone to help out, and they're excited about the gazebo that they're going to build
Pavilion we're
there.
building? Okay.
And she also, which I didn't know, but they have the county has like a Meals on Wheels thing that I also had them post on the senior site, and since a lot of these seniors don't have Facebook, I mentioned to Mike if they could put on as they drive by, or if their children or grandkids pass by, something to let everybody, all the seniors know that the senior center is there for them, and there's all kinds of events, and hopefully they'll know that they have something to do.
I think one of the issues when we talked is they want more notification that the senior building is back. On 2nd Street, we have a sign that the senior building is in the back. It's not that big. Maybe we need to put something in front of Borough Hall or out here that they can get it from either side. So it's reference the senior buildings behind Borough Hall somehow.
And also, she did mention that she wants to put a flyer or something in the next tax bill, or something that, because all seniors like to open things and have them in their hand, put them on the fridge. So, and I mentioned to her what you said about the cost, what she would have to pay. So.
Well, but they have a budget for that,
They
so
have a budget,
they have a
yeah.
budget for that stuff, so. But she'd have to maybe have and that's Patty, right, Mike?
Yeah, and see.
Patty, yeah, so she could just go up and have a conversation with Mike and figure out how we can actually get that information out. And then we'll try to work it out with them.
Idea.
Okay? All right. Bree, anything?
Nothing to report tonight, Mayor.
Okay.
Oh, and just
Sure.
also,
Go ahead.
I also met with the library, and it was, I didn't know that Mike's daughter was there for 4 years, Mike?
Yeah, 4.5 years. Yep.
And they honored her for her service, and they gave her a nice send-off. And they have a couple events coming up, which is, they sold out that pocketbook bingo. And then the next thing is, they have another pocketbook bingo, but October 21st. But the next thing is dueling pianos, and it's at Glen Wild, and it's supposed to be a fabulous show. And those tickets are $40 per person, and you could get them online now.
Okay. All right, we good? Okay, just want to thank our DPW again for this past storm on Saturday. It was kind of like an all-day event. Snow, ice, but they did a heck of a job clearing our streets and keeping us open, which worked out really well for the residents, because I drove the town a few times during the day myself, and when it was snowing, and then when it was raining, and then the Salter was around, but they were out pretty much all night, so they did another great job with that. We are going to start interviews, right, for the lieutenant's position?
Yes.
All right, that'll start in April?
April, beginning of April.
We had them go, they took their, I guess, their oral test,
It's an oral test with
and
the
they all
state.
did pretty well from what we're hearing. So we'll be fulfilling the 2 lieutenant's position hopefully by May, and then we'll also be probably promoting sergeants to replace if there's any openings in the sergeant's position.
Mhm. They did very well.
Yeah, okay. All right, that's it for me. Okay. Number 8, Resolution 2022 3.9, consent agenda. Can I have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? If not, roll call, please.
Catalano?
Yes.
Graziano?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Schubert?
What are we, this is for the,
Consent agenda.
oh,
Number 8.
yes.
Okay.
Yazdi?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, item number 9, second final reading, public hearing, ordinance number 3-2022, amending Chapter 2, Administration Recreation Fees. This is basically for the new art class that the recreation is, all right? So we have to put a fee suggested in our ordinance for that, to update that. So can I have a public notice statement, please?
Yes, Mayor, this ordinance was posted in the municipal building, published in the Herald News, and copies were made available to the public so that a motion may be made that it be read by title.
Can I have a motion to read by title?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
An ordinance of the Borough of Bloomingdale, County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 2, Administration, Section 2-64.11, Fees for Recreation Programs of the Code of the Borough of Bloomingdale.
Can I have a motion to open up public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wishing to speak, please come up, state your name and address. Seeing no one, motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion for adoption.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Hudson, Graziano? Roll call, please.
Graziano?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Schubert?
Yes.
Yazdi?
Yes.
Catalano?
Yes.
Item B, second final reading, public hearing, ordinance number 5-2022, amended Chapter 11, Building and Housing Vacant and Abandoned Properties. Public notice statement, please.
Yes, Mayor, this ordinance was posted in the municipal building, published in the Herald News, and copies were made available to the public so that a motion may be made that it be read by title.
Okay. Can I have a motion to read by title?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
An ordinance of the Borough of Bloomingdale, County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 11, Building and Housing, Section 11-8, vacant and abandoned properties of the Code of the Borough of Bloomingdale.
Okay. Can I have a motion about public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wishing to speak, please come on up. Seeing no one, motion to close.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, just before we go to adoption, this is just to reference 11.8, which is going to reference 9.5 in another section.
Yep, it took the
So
fee
we're-
schedule out, was,
Instead of having in two places, that one contradicted the other, we're just doing basically a little house cleaning, so everything references the same spot. Can I have a motion for adoption, please?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Hudson?
Yes.
Schubert?
Yes.
Yazdi?
Yes.
Catalano?
Yes.
Graziano?
Yes.
Okay. Introduction of new business, adoption resolution 2022 3.12, payment of the bills, municipal obligations. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any questions before we move on? If not, roll call.
Schubert?
Yes.
Yazdi?
Yes.
Catalano?
Yes.
Graziano?
Yes, but abstain for vendor 05439.
Hudson?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, the two non-agenda items, I'm going to move them both at the same time. Resolution 2022 3.13, waiving the garage sale permit fees so people can participate. And 2022 3.14, the appointment of Shelby Myers to the Board of Health. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Can we do all in favor?
I'll do roll call.
Okay. Roll call.
Yazdi?
Yes.
Catalano?
Yes.
Graziano?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Schubert?
Yes.
Okay. Motion to open late public comment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody wishing to speak, please come on up. Come on up.
Non-agenda item, I might have missed my chance.
No,
No,
no, you're
nope,
good.
this is
This
the
is
right
right where you are. You're right
You
where you're
are.
supposed
How
to
you
be.
doing, guys?
I just
Thank
need
you
your
for taking the
your
time
name
to
and
speak with
address.
us. My name is Waleed Khan, this is Ryan Matari. We own 4244 Hamburg Turnpike. It used to be Casper's Inn. It was a bar and cigar lounge. We're seeking a conditional approval from you guys to seek our cannabis license with the state of New Jersey. If we can get a conditional approval from you guys, we can obtain the conditional license from the state to further pursue a retail cannabis store.
Okay, I'm going to refer this to Councilman Graziano. He's mostly involved with this and knows the
Hello.
process better than I do.
Our ordinance review committee right now is working through a ordinance to allow for one retail establishment in our town. So that one is nearing completion, I would say. Hopefully within the next month or so, it'll be brought before us. So we'll have this kind of locked up and ready to go, assuming that everybody, that it passes when it gets up here. So that's where we are as a town right now. We need a couple more months before we have an ordinance that's going to be brought before us, so that way we can go ahead and start approving. So right now, it's considered banned, all forms of cannabis within our municipality. However, like I said, we're working through an ordinance to allow one retail, one wholesale, and then one micro cultivator as well.
And these are all the same people?
No, so 3 licenses. It could-
Retail is gone for now.
No. It's, we haven't given a
But you're coming
license.
up to opening up for retail.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
So it would be this same meeting next month?
I'm not sure when it's going to be on the agenda.
The way-
I just know that it's going through.
The way it works, once the ordinance is given to us from our ordinance review, once it's written, and everybody kind of understands it, it comes here for the introduction.
Okay.
That's 1 week, or 1 meeting. Then after that, the next meeting, or, I think, does that go back to,
Is one zoning?
Yeah,
so
part
the-
of it is
part of
zoning,
So it
so-
goes back to the planning
so
board?
that goes back to our planning board when they meet. They meet once a month, okay? And then once they put their spin on it, and then it comes back to us for final approval. So it's going to take a little bit of time, like John said, probably a couple months before we're going to approve or disapprove at this level. That once if it is approved, then you can start your process and then come in and do whatever, however that works.
As it stands right now, any cannabis businesses are prohibited in the borough. So the council can't provide any kind of endorsement for a cannabis business.
Understood.
Is
But
it-
once
wasn't
the
there-
ordinance is complete, then that basically is the rules and regulations for everything that we've set forth for the 3 different types of businesses. But if on our website, you can always go to the website, and our clerk uploads all the documents for each meeting on the website, so you can see ahead of time if we're going to be discussing that. Or you can always call the clerk's office and ask her, because there are times that we do non-agenda items on there as well. Typically, something that big, we would not, but.
No, that wouldn't be a non-agenda,
Yeah,
that would be.
no.
because it's an
That would
ordinance.
be, but just that's a good place to look to see if it's going to be on the agenda.
So basically, between now and, I'll say, safely
April
May,
5th?
after
Or
May,
May.
somewhere, stay in touch with us, and we'll let you know kind of where we are. If it's approved, but it's going to be up to these folks up here, the final approval. Once an ordinance is put in place, it becomes law, and then we go from there.
Thank you all.
All right?
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. Anyone else wishing to come up?
I have a question. Can I ask?
Okay. Seeing no one, motion to close.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
What was they already have a shop?
No, they're looking
They
to
own a
open one
business.
up, but
They
they
own a
want to know the
building.
process that they would have to go to get licensed to do that. Once we pass the ordinance, or we get to that far, and then, John, just correct me if I'm wrong, then they can apply, we can, I call it endorse it,
A conditional.
conditional, and then they have to apply to the state for a license. We don't issue the license.
Right. So I know you guys were looking, I guess you're doing the state process, which isn't quite open
Which
just yet.
requires a letter from you guys for us to move into the next step, and then
Right.
they do their rigorous background checks and everything.
Right.
before approving.
Right.
Okay?
Just a quick question on that. I know we'll have a lot more insight going forward, but it might be helpful to them. It sounded like you're going to have limited licenses available within the town, so I assume that there may be multiple interest as things move forward. Generally, with these limited licenses, there are. So I don't know whether a lottery process has been discussed or what's going to happen. I guess there'll likely be a selection process included as well, no?
It's going to be a new process for us, so we're going to have to learn all the processes. So it'll be, like I said, a learning curve for us, because this is new to everybody. So I don't think the state even knows 100% of how it's going to work. That's probably why it's taking so long. So once we have that and they send us our information, then we'll have a better idea on what we have to do.
It can only help you to stay ahead of it,
Yeah.
for sure.
Absolutely, so just to give you a little bit of insight, the applications for retail cannabis did open up today for retail licenses, and the only thing that they need from the town is approval, conditional approval from you guys. They are doing the lottery system, they are awarding the first 100 licenses, I believe, to people of color and people that have been wrongly done by the justice system, I believe. I don't know if the town is gonna instill a lottery system as well. I'm not sure, I don't think other towns have done that, but the state themselves are
Just doing it.
taking control of who gets the license.
That was something we'd have to discuss. Like I said, we're not even there yet. So.
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay. 1 second. We do not have an executive session tonight. So our next workshop meeting is April 5th, and then our regular meeting will be April 19th. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you all for coming in.